So one of the exciting things about being a social media researcher in particular is that most of my methods and tools are basically they're not country specific. Like if I can collect Twitter data from Russia, I can collect Twitter data from Nigeria or what have you. And so I tend to get to hook up with scholars that are substantive experts just all around the world in places that I can barely pluck out on a map, but I get to write a research paper on how their elections work and get to actually learn how normal people there are using the internet to organize. So to me, that's kind of the most exciting thing is getting to both specialize and be very broad and get to be introduced to people around the world. So I have one example that I love that's completely unrelated to Russia, but I've got this data collection project on Iranian Twitter. And so we're collecting all Farsi language tweets in the world, right? So we've got something like about 800,000 tweets per day that we're collecting of just normal people talking about normal things. And when big stuff happens, like Soleimani's murder, everybody on there is talking about Soleimani and politics. But between those periods of time, people talk about all manner of just random things. And a lot of the time, what we were concerned about was just that social media was just going to be a bunch of noise. It's just people talking about random stuff that we don't care about. And while a lot of it is random stuff we don't care about, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Like in Farsi language Twitter, most of the top hashtags that show up outside of big political events are in the Korean language because Iranians on Twitter are obsessed with K-pop, is what it boils down to. Even though Twitter's blocked in their country, people are en masse using VPNs and technology to get around it to talk about K-pop with people around the world. And I think that's just sort of kind of this beautiful and poetic, like normal person thing, is that this amazing technology that's the greatest communications technology in history is basically used for normal people doing normal things.